We all stress over time. It's more hours in the day, more days in the week, more time before deadlines, and more time before the alarm clock rings. And when we don't get the results we want, the most common excuse is, I just didn't have enough time. But you don't need more time, you need more focus. We all get the same 24 hours. Successful people don't have a secret stash of bonus hours hidden away. They don't get 28 hours and the rest of us get 24. They've simply trained themselves to focus. Focus is what separates movement from progress. You can be busy all day and go nowhere. You can spend hours reading books, watching videos, organizing your calendar, or writing to-do lists, and still be stuck in the same place. That's because most people are doing everything except the thing that actually matters. Focus means choosing the essential over the easy. It means doing what moves the needle, not just what makes you feel productive. If you've ever used the line, I'll start when I have more time, you're just lying to yourself to rationalize your fears. And even when you do get more time, what happens? You scroll, you binge, you zone out, you fall back into distractions. It's not a time problem, it's a focus problem. Focus means getting clear on what matters and protecting it. That might mean putting your phone on airplane mode. That might mean saying no to things that used to get a yes. That might mean creating boundaries with people who don't understand your priorities. Focus isn't easy. It demands sacrifice. It requires you to be uncomfortable. And I know that distractions feel good. They're safe. Scrolling, snacking, avoiding. They're all quick hits of relief, but they rob you of your potential. So be honest, your goals aren't going to reach themselves. If you want to build something real, a business, a body, a mindset, a legacy, you need more than effort. You need focus, intention, and clarity. You need to wake up and focus on what truly matters. What is the one thing that if I got it done would make a difference? Once you have that answer, go do that. Before you check your messages, before you check your feed, or the world gets its hands on your attention, because if you don't focus on your life, you'll live in the fog. The world is noisy. Everyone wants your attention. Ads, notifications, emails, drama. It's a constant tug of war. And if you're not careful, your day gets hijacked before it even begins. Everyone has challenges. You need to focus like it's your future, because it is. You need to do the work that matters, or as I like to say, do what is required, whether you feel like it or not. The problem isn't the clock, it's how you use the time you've been given. And your focus is your superpower. When you protect it, nurture it, and direct it, there's nothing you can't build. Let's get clear on this. Success is yours to define, not society's, not your parents', not your friends'. It's yours. And yet so many people spend their lives chasing a vision of success that was never truly theirs to begin with. This world loves to hand out definitions of success like a checklist. It's a certain job title, a big house, a luxury car, or a picture-perfect life. But what if none of that excites you? What if success for you means traveling the world, or raising a loving family, or making an impact in your community? Would you still chase the traditional version of success just because that's what everyone else is doing? Success is and should be personal. It should be unique because it's yours to create. And the moment you take ownership of what success means to you, everything changes. But here's where most people go wrong. They don't define success for themselves. They assume it's a vague feeling of accomplishment. They'll just know when they get there. But if you don't know what you're aiming for, how will you ever hit the target? You won't. And that's why so many people feel unfulfilled. They're chasing a goal they never set for themselves. So, start by getting clear. What does an ideal life look like for you? Not in someone else's eyes, but in your own. What excites you? What drives you? What makes you feel alive? Once you get that vision, write it down. Make it real. And then break it into steps. Success isn't achieved overnight. It's built piece by piece through daily action. And just so we understand each other, success isn't just about external achievements. It's about internal fulfillment. There are a lot of wealthy people in the world who are miserable because they chased a definition of success that had nothing to do with who they really are. Meanwhile, some of the happiest people have very little by society standards, but they wake up each day with purpose and joy. And that's real success. Once you define success on your terms, you have to protect it. Because the moment you start walking your own path, the world will start to question you. People will try to impose their own version of success onto you. They'll tell you what you should want, what you should do, and who you should be. But their definition is not your definition. Their dream is not your dream. The only way to truly succeed is to stay focused on your vision. Stop measuring your life by someone else's ruler. Stop worrying about what others think. The only approval you need is your own. So take some time today and reflect. What does success mean to you? What does a fulfilled life look like in your eyes? And once you have that answer, write it down, commit to it, and start taking action. Because success isn't given, it's created, and it's yours to define. We live in a world addicted to noise. Music in our ears, notifications pinging, videos playing in the background, a constant stream of voices, updates, opinions, and distractions. And most of us, we've become terrified of silence. Because silence forces us to meet the person we've always been avoiding, ourselves. When was the last time you sat still and truly listened to what was going on inside you? Not scrolling, not multitasking, not filling the space with mindless chatter. Just sitting, breathing, hearing the thoughts you keep pushing down. A lot of people are running from themselves, drowning out the discomfort of their own thoughts. Probably afraid of what they might hear if they slow down long enough to actually listen. So they stay busy, they stay noisy. They keep moving, thinking that if they just stay distracted, they won't have to confront what's really there. But here's the secret no one tells you. The silence you're avoiding, it's where all your answers reside. When you finally get quiet, you start to understand what's been holding you back. You start to hear the fears that have been running the show from behind the scenes. You start to notice the dreams you've been ignoring because they felt inconvenient or risky. You start to reconnect with the version of yourself you abandoned trying to keep up with everyone else. And that's where the real power begins. Because clarity doesn't come from adding more noise. It comes from subtraction, from stillness, from asking yourself the hard questions and waiting long enough to hear the answers. Questions like, am I living the life I actually want? Or the one I thought I was supposed to want? What's been bothering me that I keep brushing under the rug? Who am I when no one's watching? And I know it can be uncomfortable. You might not love everything you find when you go inward, But that's the point. Growth doesn't come from pretending. Change doesn't come from avoidance. Transformation starts when you finally sit with the raw, unfiltered truth of where you are and who you've become. Once you stop filling the silence and start listening to yourself, you realize you've had the answers all along. You've been waiting for someone else to give you permission, to hand you the map, to show you the way. But the whole time, it was already inside you, buried under the noise. So if you're feeling stuck, lost, uninspired, maybe the solution isn't doing more. Maybe it's doing less. Maybe it's turning the volume down on the world and turning it up on your own inner voice. Block out the distractions. Sit with silence and listen. Because that voice inside of you, it's not just noise. It's wisdom. It's guidance. It's the key to everything you've been searching for. Stop running. Stop filling the quiet. And finally, hear yourself speak. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the life you want. The career you've dreamed of, the relationships that fill your heart, the peace and joy that anchor your days. Now open your eyes. That vision isn't just wishful thinking, it's a glimpse of what can be, of what will be, if you choose to manifest it. Manifestation isn't magic. It's intention paired with action. It's a powerful mindset that takes the seeds of your dreams and plants them into reality. Manifestation is the process of bringing your goals, desires, and aspirations into your life by focusing on them with clarity, belief, and purposeful action. It's about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and your actions with what you want. But let's be clear, manifestation isn't about sitting on the couch wishing for success to knock on your door. It's not passive, it's active. It's about creating the right conditions for your goals to flourish. Manifestation is rooted in the principle that energy attracts energy. What you think, feel, and believe creates the energy you send out into the world. If your mindset is filled with doubt and fear, you'll attract experiences that reflect those emotions. But when your mind is focused on possibility, opportunity, and belief, you start to attract experiences that align with your goals. This isn't just spiritual, it's scientific. Studies in psychology show that when we focus on a goal, our brain system filters the world around us to notice opportunities that align with that focus. Manifestation works because it primes your mind to see possibilities and take action toward them. So here's how anyone can start manifesting their dreams. First, get crystal clear on what you want. Clarity is power. Don't just say, I want success. Define it. What does success look like? Is it financial freedom? Building a business? A fulfilling relationship? Write it down in vivid details. Then, believe it's possible. You must believe that your dreams are attainable. If doubt creeps in, reframe it. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I'm learning how to make this happen. Visualize it daily. Close your eyes and imagine yourself already living the life you want. What do you see? How does it feel? Visualization trains your mind to believe in your goals and motivates you to act. Speak it into existence. Your words have power. Use affirmations to reinforce your goals. Say them with conviction. I am confident, capable, in achieving my dreams. Manifestation requires work, so take the actions that align with your goals. Break their goals into small, actionable steps and commit to them every day. The universe rewards effort. Practice daily gratitude. Gratitude raises your energy. Be thankful for what you have and what's on its way. Gratitude turns your focus from lack to abundance, opening the door to receive more. Trust the process. Manifestation doesn't work on your timeline, it works on life's timeline. Trust that everything is unfolding as it should, even if you can't see the results yet. Manifestation matters because it puts you in the driver's seat of your life. It teaches you to focus on what you can control, your mindset, your actions, your choices. And here's the magic. When you focus on what you can control, life starts to align in ways you never expected. Think of all the people who've achieved greatness. Do you think they waited for the stars to align? No, they decided to align themselves with their dreams. They set clear intentions, visualized success, and took relentless action. Today you have a choice. You can let life happen to you, or you can take the reins and create the life you want. Manifestation isn't reserved for a select few. It's for anyone willing to believe in their vision and work for it. So get clear on your dreams. Visualize them. Believe in them. Act on them. The life you want is waiting for you. It's up to you to claim it. A lot of people talk about wanting more out of life, more success, more wealth, more happiness. But talk is cheap, and life doesn't just hand you these things. Success is not going to walk through the door, sit beside you and say, "Here I am." No, success is earned, and it's attracted to people who invest in themselves with everything they've got. So if you want more, you have to become more. You have to do more than you're doing right now. You have to be the one willing to go where others won't, and willing to put in more than you think you have to get what you truly want. There's this common misconception that success only happens to the lucky ones. But the reality is, it happens to the driven ones, the ones who understand that to get something you've never had, you need to do something you've never done. Because success is out there, waiting for the person who will rise up. So step out of your comfort zone and go after it relentlessly. This isn't just about working harder, it's about becoming the person that attracts success. So look around. Real success, lasting success, it happens when people commit to raising their own standards. They don't sit around hoping or wishing. No, they set a higher bar for themselves and go beyond the ordinary. They bring value into the world. Success is naturally drawn to those who add something valuable to every space they enter, who walk in and make things better for everyone around them. So think about how much value are you really bringing? Are you just going through the motions, or are you giving the world a reason to notice you? Because when you become valuable, you attract value. And that means not waiting for the perfect moment or the right conditions. It's about understanding that now is the time. There is no such thing as the right time. The right time is whenever you decide to move. Whatever it is you want, whatever dreams you're carrying around, you have to become the magnet with every ounce of energy, every fiber of courage, and every bit of determination you have. It's easy to sit on the sidelines and watch others achieve. But greatness belongs to those who are in the game, the ones who refuse to let fear or doubt stop them from chasing what they want. Growth is about consistency, to show up day in, day out, whether it's easy or not. It's about the steady push, little things done repeatedly, the constant improvement. Yes, it takes time. Yes, it's a process. But if you commit to it, if you trust that your work is making you into something, that effort will pay off in ways you can't even imagine. When you keep at it, when you refuse to give up, you're already a step ahead of those who quit halfway. Persistence becomes your power, and with enough persistence, success will find you. Here's what I want you to know. If you want more, be more. Be the person who goes beyond the ordinary. Be the one who delivers more, who serves more, who is willing to risk more to get where they want to go. Don't settle for mediocrity when there's so much greatness waiting to be achieved. Attract success like it's the only thing that matters. Because when you do, when you become more, life will meet you right there. Self-improvement or self-development is all about doing the inner work. It's about understanding who you are and where you need to grow. So follow along as we ask the important questions and dive into creating a better you. Are you truly living in alignment with your core values? This question is fundamental to understanding who you are and what matters most to you. Your values are like a compass, guiding you through life's decisions and challenges. Imagine living each day with purpose, making choices that reflect your deepest beliefs. When you act in line with your core values, you find a sense of fulfillment and direction. It's not always easy, but every step you take toward living authentically brings you closer to the person you want to become. What are your biggest strengths and weaknesses, and how can you use them to your advantage? We all have unique strengths that make us special. Think about what you're good at and how you use those talents to help you achieve your dreams. At the same time, recognize your weaknesses, not as failures, but as opportunities for growth. By facing them head on and working to improve, you make yourself stronger and more capable. So embrace your strengths, work on your weaknesses, and watch how you transform into a more powerful version of yourself. What goals or dreams are you working towards right now? Every goal you set is a step towards your future. Take a moment to look back at the progress you've made. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small, because each step is a testament to your hard work and dedication. If you've hit a snag or a setback, don't be discouraged. Use these moments as learning experiences and motivation to keep you moving forward. Remember, progress is progress, no matter how slow. How do you handle setbacks or challenges? And what can you learn from them? Life is full of obstacles, but it's how you deal with them that defines your journey. When you face challenges, ask yourself, what can I learn from these experiences? Every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. By reflecting on what went wrong and how you can improve, you build resilience. Keep pushing forward, knowing that each obstacle you overcome makes you more prepared for the next one. How can you improve your relationships with others, and what steps can you take to communicate better? Relationships are a vital part of life, and good communication is the key to a strong connection. Think about how you interact with others, and look for ways to deepen those connections. Show empathy, listen actively, and be open to understanding others' perspectives. By working on your relationships, you build a supportive network that can help you achieve your goals and enrich your life. Meaningful connections with others makes the journey more rewarding. So as you reflect on these questions, remember that self-improvement is a continuous journey. Every step you take, every challenge you face, and every goal you achieve is a part of your growth. Believe in yourself, embrace the process, and know that you have the power to create the life you envision. Keep moving forward with courage and determination, and you will discover the amazing person that is you. Imagine you're in a boat and ready to set sail, anxious to take off for your desired destination. There's very little wind, the waters are calm, and the sun is shining brightly. In advance of this journey, you've mapped out your favorite route, factoring all the options: where to launch, which islands to circumvent, the marinas, where to gas up, where to buy food, where you'll drop anchor for overnight stays, all of this. You've worked out all the details. So on this beautiful day, you set sail. And in the beginning, all's well, everything going according to plan. You're hitting your marks, you're cruising along, and life is good. Assuming all these factors remain consistent, this is going to be an easy ride. But as any captain will tell you, these good times can change at any moment. You see, the truth is that weather is an uncontrollable. Therefore, the waters can get rough. And as the captain of your cruise, it's your job to navigate it all to keep the boat on course. Imagine the days where the fog gets so intense. On those days, we lose sight of the markers, and we just have to trust that our coordinates are accurate and we're steering the boat in the right direction. Regardless of the outside conditions, the destination is not going to change. The waters might get choppy, therefore it's going to slow us down, and other factors may come into play. But we keep the faith that as long as we keep moving, we'll eventually reach our destination. And such is life when we're pursuing any goal, be it personal or business. In the beginning, the first steps are easy. It's clear what has to happen, and we're excited to start the journey. And this feeling will usually persist until the first signs of trouble. These will typically be the uncontrollables in our lives. Just like the weather when we're boating, these factors are going to affect our daily pursuits. Or as I like to call it, the fog has entered our mind, and now it's challenging us in our goals. So what, pray tell, is the fog, and how do I get rid of it? Well, great question. The fog can be described as negative thoughts, doubts, your fears, the anxiety, the internal questioning of our decisions, and the overall emotional shift from positive to negative. The fog is obstructing our view of our goals. Suddenly, all we see is this thick gray that creates resistance. Understand that this is normal. Just like the cruise, our job is to keep the faith and keep moving. Don't question what you believe to be true. The fog is not your friend. You have to believe that your destination, which you clearly saw in the beginning, is still out there. And as long as you keep taking the small steps, that fog will eventually lift and you'll have reached your goal. So many people, when confronted with the fog, begin to doubt their ability to navigate the waters. Therefore, they retreat back to where they started. Don't let this happen to you. Keep the faith. Keep moving. Believe it, and you'll eventually achieve it. In this world often plagued by division, conflict, and indifference, empathy stands as the beacon of hope, a guiding principle that has the power to transform our lives and the lives of those around us. It's a profound understanding, a willingness to step into another's shoes, to feel their joys and sorrows, and to act with compassion. Yet in the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, empathy seems to be a scarce commodity. We rush through our days, consumed by our own concerns and ambitions, often overlooking the struggles and triumphs of others. But imagine a world where empathy reigns supreme, a world where kindness, understanding, and generosity are the norm rather than the exception. It's a world where we pause to listen, truly listen, to the stories of others. It's a world where we offer a helping hand without hesitation, knowing that we are all connected. Empathy is not merely a soft skill or a fleeting emotion. It's the foundation upon which strong relationships thriving communities, and a harmonious society are built. When we empathize with others, we forge genuine connections that transcend barriers of race, religion, and nationality. We recognize our shared humanity and celebrate the diversity of experiences that make each of us unique. As Helen Keller once said, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. Empathy allows us to tap into the depths of our hearts to awaken our innate capacity for love and compassion. It's through empathy that we discover the true essence of what it means to be human, to love, to forgive, and to heal. But cultivating empathy is not always easy. It requires us to challenge our preconditioning, to confront our biases and prejudices, and to embrace the complexities of the human experience. It requires us to practice active listening, to suspend judgment, and to offer support unconditionally. However, the rewards of empathy far outweigh the challenges. When we approach life with empathy, we not only enrich the lives of others, but also experience profound personal growth and fulfillment. We become more attuned to the needs of those around us, more resilient in the face of adversity, and more grateful for the blessings we have been bestowed. Moreover, empathy serves as a catalyst for positive change in the world. It inspires acts of kindness, ignites movements for social justice, and fosters a culture of inclusivity and understanding. By cultivating empathy within ourselves, we become agents of transformation, spreading ripple effects of compassion and healing throughout our communities and beyond. I challenge you to live a life guided by empathy, to being a beam of light in a world too often shrouded in darkness. Let's strive to see the world through the eyes of others, to walk alongside them on their journey and uplift them in times of need. For in the end, it's empathy that will lead us to a brighter, more compassionate future for ourselves and for generations to come.